everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys.
Game number 12.
So with that, let's head over to the heart of Texas. Massive AT&T Stadium in Arlington. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, there was the scene where the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the New York Giants. Brandon Gooden, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Here's the kicker, Aldrich Rosas, ready to get us going. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. And on this offensive unit, your thoughts on Travis Frederick?
He's a quarterback's best friend, sits all the line calls and blocks so aggressively.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Gonna run with Elliott. And they'll work this one up to about the 38. Calling a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with 3rd down coming up. And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
Leonard Williams was one of the top draft picks coming out of USC. He's done nothing to diminish the comparisons people make of past greats.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it without it. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Now they get 4th down after a loss of 1.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, can't pretty forward. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Jones and Giants now with a 1st and 10 at 20-yard line. He's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
And there we see an early burst against one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was. He allows the blocks to set up in front of him. If that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. That incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. Here's the offense, and we give you too much power here. We let you highlight the player. Why'd you choose Zeitler?
Because I think the big guys up front never get enough credit. Kevin Zeitler, a guard, tough, nasty. We got to give him some love.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. And now the defense for Dallas.
Robert Quinn gets to the quarterback as well as any defensive end in the league. A lot of it goes back to his high school wrestling background. He understands leverage and hands as well as anyone.
They got the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. That's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
3rd down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. This will be fielded at the 17. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Cowboys will take over the football with the 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the first drive, 40 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Is it simulator?
Scott to throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Cowboys' all-time receptions leader, Jason Witten, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off, and
What are you running
and try to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off.
You ever watch Switch? If you like watching video games, you should check out Switch.
Quickly brought down.
Thing to keep in mind, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size.
Oh, I don't know about streaming. I was saying, like, if you watch, like, if you like watching video games on YouTube, you should watch
You're
the
excited
video
about it.
gamers on Twitch. I like
But
watching
you got so much in the second half. It's like these shorter games and turn into bigger runs.
Yeah, Twitch, I mean, has, like, actual games to play all the time. I like watching those things.
And he can't get it out, and he's taken down. Dexter Lawrence able to drop it for a loss of
Some of them are good. They just have good personality. Some people watch
No
them.
doubt that's a very
They
good
make
play defensively.
a lot of
Because
fucking
you
money.
got to be
A
aware
lot.
that he can
Millions.
take off and
Some of
make a
these
big
guys.
play with his legs.
But, like, the most famous one, Stroud, he has, like, a $15 million contract.
Excellent downfield.
Yeah, I don't know how you would stream on Twitch. I don't even know how you do that.
Now comes the
You don't need like a
Cowboys
microphone and all
punter.
that.
As he'll punt it away for the second time.
I don't know how you even
Then he gets this away. Look at that. This is a good one.
people are watching, but I think Twitch is good for them.
Yeah, that
I
hits a
play
little too
games that I
close to the
wouldn't
goal line.
understand.
And it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The New York set to take the field. They played last time they had. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. On the draw, this is Barkley. And some room to work. 27 yards there, 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see it where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Go! 60 Pittsburgh!
A 1st down carry for Barkley. 10 yards on the pickup there, it'll be 2nd down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll go down shy of 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Come on, set! 30 base!
On 1st down, Barkley. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. And after the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing Jones. The tight end, Rhett Ellison with it. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. Better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Yeah, a good run as he manages 7 yards down 17. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 17, Jones, and that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not taking a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Good defense holds fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So on fourth down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrich Rosas. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They started the ground with Elliott. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for a gain, 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has a big priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Draw play, Elliott. And he still is yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? Because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Third and long for Prescott. His guys try to get caught. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 18 on that way, and it's a Dallas 1st down.
Never make the mistake with the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here. They're just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The first down carry by Elliott. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle it defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when they clicked off the film, stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
But he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando. and coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half. One that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So this job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
You get to coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
The gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, that would be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun, looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that is incomplete. Show off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It feels like they're getting caught in between here because then incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive in that game because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Here's Jones, throwing on 1st down, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as he made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones will get this out to Barkley complete. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down. Running the ball, that also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy most likely to bring him. That was a nice game.
Now Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Robin Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now Austin. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now here come the Cowboys. So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top of the game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Check, 27. Watch the run.
They'll run on 1st down. Elliott. Give him 9 on the carry that time, but they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they followed them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Prescott urging his guys to go quickly to get up and set. From just shy of midfield, Prescott, and he hits Jason Witten to tie it in. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is caught by Witten to tie it in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one, and it's Dallas first down. So we've reached halftime all the way on the show for the first half. A long field goal, 3-0 our score. As we send John over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports halftime report. This one's been all about the defense. Just a lone field goal in that first half. And as a result, not too much available in terms of highlights. But that's okay. We've got a full half to go. And to bring it your way, let's get back out to Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The New York set to take the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt, if you show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Good running from Barkley there on first down. He's going to get forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk about football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, it's Barkley. And they'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. Looking to throw. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end, DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
That's exactly what they were looking for coming in to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on a punt for New York. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return, and possession will switch hands 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. So they'll come up first and 10 back from the 33. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
That type of run right there, that just fires me up when I watch it because that's maybe the most underrated aspect of his game. The ability to break tackles and know where the first down chains are and pick them up.
He's tough, good pedigree. Dad Stacy was a linebacker in Missouri.
Yeah, how about Mom on the track team? So I think that's where the speed came from. And she's not shy about letting us know that.
Yeah, get the best of both worlds. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Tackle made by Marcus Golden.
Well, that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott, and his throw is going to be incomplete. Jason Whitney intended target, and that takes us from second to third down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school. We're about 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Hey, Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. He was brought down by Malik Collins.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Finds his tight end Ingram. 7 yards there and a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
They see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield.
Anytime you come inside a running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Hey, ready! 10-2 stuff.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones will try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give them 18 there. The Giants have a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you gotta like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go to Barkley again. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Jones operating from the gun. This is Shepard on the catch. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. It looks to be about a yard or so short. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Rosa's kick is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
A touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. After field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that's Elliott complete. So we got 3 on 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To Travis Prescott, completes it to Jason Witten, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, I was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
First down, Prescott. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran safety Antoine Buffet there on the defensive coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you get the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. Caught by Kyle. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it. He knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put their contact on it. Really well done.
Here's Elliott, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Throwing, Prescott. And it is incomplete. Well, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Giants are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I have been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
The New York set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield. Make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
The goal of the wide receiver screen is getting enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot and run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From just shy of midfield, Jones. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner. Everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get that great push. And what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. He'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided to pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. They'll look to throw. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, Potter. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
He's back to throw. That one complete, Elliott. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Prescott. They'll roll him that way. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territories. They need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Here's Prescott. It's past clock at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say? It's always fun to work on things. If it didn't go well in your game, with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Big D.
But they added the Giants are winners over the Cowboys 6-0 in this game, and I be back with another video after I set this one up. So I'll see you all in a minute.